what you would like to ask me. I could tell
think,
you a lot of things.
Well, what came up for me immediately was reading that you do 8 collections a year, and I was just wondering how you made that decision, and what's the motivation behind that? Do you ever think like, gosh, I think I'm just going to do 2 because this is overwhelming?
Then we're out of business.
Okay.
It has really to do with business logistics.
Okay.
In the big world of fashion, there is spring and there's fall. And those are usually the big kickoff seasons for everybody worldwide. But within the fall season and within the spring season, we break it down in multiple little groups because being in the business that we are, we ultimately do need to ship goods every month. And instead of doing it like in one big fell swoop, we break it down. I do 5 spring deliveries. It usually starts with resort, early spring, spring 1, spring 2, spring 3. And the earliest delivery in resort is end of December, end of January. I have 2 delivery windows, and my latest spring will deliver sometime in April, May. This way, it's easier for the retailer to make their selections and have a constant flow of goods coming into their store. It keeps the end consumer also really interested in coming back and seeing what's coming in next. They don't have to buy like a huge collection up front. It's also, in terms of cash flow, it makes more sense for the retailer, but also us as a manufacturer to actually deliver every month or every other month. It's really just production logistics, but also it makes more sense on the retail front as well.
Okay. And you're closing in on deadlines for spring
development
next year.
I'm actually done with spring. I'm working on early fall 2015 right now.
Oh my gosh.
I just started, yes.
Wow.
And my deadline is next month.
Oh my goodness.
So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to have the conceptual board standing in terms of colors, in terms of fabrics, in terms of what I want to do with those fabrics, what designs am I going to be building around those fabrics, and I will do all the development in-house in terms of pattern work, in terms of fitting, in terms of calling out all the specifications. And then when I'm done with that, I do send that development package off to our factories overseas because we produce everything overseas, but I control fit, I control anything that has to do with tech in-house. And a lot of people don't understand what it is that I really do. They think, oh, you're a designer and you just get to play. The reality of it is what I get to do. The creative part is maybe 10%. The rest is technical execution. I'm right there in all the fittings. I'm right there coordinating all the technical aspects, from pattern work to making the corrections, to communicating with the factories, to telling them how it needs to be knitted, cut, whatnot. Fabric testing, color approvals, all of that stuff. People are not aware of that part of what a designer does, but that's the majority of what it is that I do. And once we go through the process of getting the final samples approved, what happens then is we duplicate each item that gets designed per group 12 times because we have representatives across the country and we have a distributor in Canada, and everybody basically gets a collection that they either carry in their regional showrooms or they take on the road in order to meet with their accounts, and that's how we usually generate our sales. We as a company go to the big shows in New York, and the kickoff of the season for us is always Las Vegas, the magic show, because that's where pretty much everybody goes that has anything to do with clothing. And the big shows happen twice a year, spring and fall, and the next Las Vegas show, which is kickoff of 2015. All my 2015 is done, spring of 2015. I will have all my samples and I will be showing all 5 groups, but the retailers that come and shop will know that the first group they will get early, the last group they will get later, they can space it out because of all the deliveries, but I will sit them down and show them the entire collection. So
that must be fun though. I mean, the Las Vegas and New York.
It is fun. It's a lot of work. It's never ending. It's really one of those jobs where you commit for life. This is not something you do on a part-time basis. This is not even anything you do on a 40-hour week. I mean, you work.